Okay, good morning, dear students. Let's start our lesson today. Today we will make the practice on the Siemens NX. Okay, what we have learned in the last lessons about we will learn in the practice how to use the sweep function, sweep along the guide tube function, and so on, as well as the practice with the extrude and so on. So as usual, let's select here the new file, open the new file in the NX. And here the press OK just to open the modeling environment NX. So basically we're working now the modeling environment here. Then we will go to the assembly, the sheet metal, the environment here, the drawing environment step by step after the finishing the modeling environment. So today we will make the first this practice. Let's a little bit analyze here. We have the tube element, the solid tube element here. You can see the isometric view and the top view, the front view and the cross section view. And basically, when you create your such kind of features, that elements as a tube element, I mean the swept element, you see here that firstly you need to create the guide course for the beginning, that model here. Then you can create this solid element even if using the tube function or the swap or swap along the guide. So we have the three options to create this one, and you can use any of them. So let's go here the NX. Firstly create this feature, that middle feature. Yes, I will change the background, right click to the background, press so select here the sketch as usual, and you need to start your sketch. That is the most proper the plane. In this case, I will select this plane. So to create that feature, this let me show here this feature on that front plane. So it will located on this position. So I will select this plane. And just here the orientation is on the Z direction, will be the toward the screen here, you see. And if you press the OK, so it will be located the normal to our the computer screen. So now we can start to create our sketch. From here, select the profile function, so it will create the continuous chain of lines. So firstly create horizontal line, and continue it with the vertical line. So now you can just press escape to exit from the profile. Now let's define the dimension, and let's define here that this line, that's the make here the exact that horizontal. In order to do this, select here the geometric constraint first, and make here the horizontal, that this line the horizontal with the origin, so it will exactly will horizontal, and make here the vertical alignment, this line the exactly vertical with the this line, this line. So sorry, just the moment you can make here the just you can make here this distance, this is 0, so let's make it 0. So 0 and press enter. So it will become exactly the under this center point. Now let's define the dimensions of the these points, these lines here. We have the 23.75 and 51.25 until this point, and the height of this line is here is here is given is the 50 millimeter. Now let's define this dimension. So let's define this dimension first. Is double click on it, and you can write here as a formula is the 23.75, the plus the 51.25, and just press enter. So it will become the here the 75 millimeter, and this height, this vertical line is the 50 millimeter, and press enter. So we created these two lines, vertical and horizontal line. Now let's define the radius here. We have the radius with the radius of the 18.75. So here you can make here the fillet and select this line and this vertical and horizontal line, and define the radius is 18.75 and press enter. So press escape and select here the finish sketch. So we created this is the guide curve. Now we need to create this solid element, the tube element. So in order to create this one, so you can use the directly here the tube, defining the outer and inner diameter. You can firstly create the circle on this part, and using the sweep along the guide create your tube, or you can also same use the sweep. Let's use the sweep. Okay, in order to do this, let's firstly create the datum plane. Select the datum plane here, and select the type of the datum plane is the point and direction, and select this point. So it will be create the datum plane exactly on this point, direction of the normal to the direction to this line, and the plane orientation, its upward direction is okay. So press OK here, just accept your datum plane. And now we will here the create this outer diameter. The outer diameter of this one is the here the let me check here the dimensions. So it is the 25, which is the given here is 25 millimeter diameter. So we'll create here the circle sketch on this plane, the circle with the diameter of the 25 millimeters. So select this one and select here the 25, type in 25, press enter, press escape and finish the sketch. So now we'll use the sweep function here to extrude this one. Select the sweep and select the circle as a section and select as a guide curve. Here there should be the connected. It's okay, so it will select all the line. So if you select the guide, so here it will extrude, and you can just press escape. Okay, just to accept this one. So we created the model. Now we need to create the inner hole here. You see it is the hole, and the diameter of this hole is 20 millimeter. Firstly, let's create the sketch here. You can create the circle on the this plane or on the this plane. It does not matter. So select this plane now. Press OK and create the circle here with the diameter of the 20. Type in 20 directly. Just press enter and escape two times. Press the two times the escape. So we create circle here. And now let's see here the change the body type to the static wireframe. So to see here the guide curve, and select again, in this case select here the sweep along the guide, because in the sweep along the guide we have the boolean, which is the subtract. So I want to make the subtract, but in the case of the sweep, let's see the sweep here. In the case of the sweep, so we don't have the boolean. That's why in this case you need to use here the sweep along the guide. The sweep along the guide, and this section is selected here. You see the circle, and as a guide, select here this guide. So it is the extruding. You see the inner along this guide, and from here the balloon, select the subtract. So it will subtract from the outer body. So let's change here the view to the shaded edge. Now press OK. So we created the tube using the sweep firstly, then make the sweep along the guide to cut. But you can directly create the tube from the one operation with the tube one, with creating the inner diameter is 20 and outer diameter says is the 25, the circle. So just I did some more the practice. Now we will continue with creating the other features. First, let's create here this feature. In the top is the rectangular feature. with the dimension is the 50, is the here the 50, so it is the square. So let's create here the sketch on the display here on the display. So on this surface, just press OK and select here the rectangle. Select the rectangle from the center. So select draw the rectangle starting from the center here, and let's define the dimension of the rectangle. Double click on it, is the 50 millimeter from this side, and 50 millimeter from this side. Press enter. So you can here the define it is the edge here. So here you see it is the rounded with the fillet with the radius of the 5 millimeter. So let's define here the fillet. Select the fillet and convert this edge to the fillet with the radius of the 5. Select enter here this one and press the 5. The type in 5 and press enter to accept your the fillet and do all the corners the same way. Type in 5 here the inter radius and press enter and make here the same thing that will create the 5 millimeter. So we created our the fillet, the close the fillet function. Now we will create here directly the hole. Here the hole diameter is the 5 millimeter. The holes is here the created. So select here the circle and here select this corner, for example, and that here the type in 5 and press enter, and you see the circle is still active. They keeping the diameter as the 5, and you can go to the corners. Just press your the mouse to accept that this holes here. You see the hole is created, but it is still active. You can press escape, and here the close the circle. So we created this shape, but here if you see here we have the hole is open, and here is the hole is open. But now if you extrude this sketch, it will be closed this portion. So in order to be that this portion is to be the hole, to obtain the hole, we need to just here the make the this using the this function is the project curve that we use it. So we'll select just make the this edge of your this circle, the smaller circle with the diameter of 25, which will convert to the curve. So using the project curve, so select here the OK. So you see it will convert it to the curve, so we can finish the sketch. Now we can see that this our the system is a single system with the here the outer the sketch, and this is the inner boundary, this circle. So now we can make the extrude, and here the you see the if you extrude it, you will get exactly here that this hole and this hole, small holes also. Now let's see that the dimension of the extrude here is the 5 millimeter. So make it here the distance is the 5. Press enter, and here the from the boolean let's make it unite, so it will be unite with that this boundary what is this body. So just press OK. So we created this portion. Now let's go on with the other the elements. Here we can create here the this element. So this tube element here. So let's for the beginning we need to create the new datum plane. So the new datum plane must be created here. So at the distance here you see from the center point, this was our the center point, and this is the located that is the at the distance of the 36.25. So we will create the datum plane from this reference at the distance. So sketch, select the datum plane, then change your the datum plane type. So at the distance, and select the reference, this one, and type in here the value is the 36.25 millimeter. Just press enter, and this is the orientation is okay. So you can change orientation to this side. So in this case it's okay for us, so press OK. Now we will create the sketch on this new datum plane. Select sketch, this one, but here let's make the orientation change. So let's make this y-axis in the upward direction. In order to do this, select this icon, and here select this one, and select maybe this one, and select here this one. So now it's okay. This orientation is okay because we will look to the sketch from this side, from the Z is the normal to our the screen. It is okay. So orientation is also the important to select the proper orientation. Press OK. Now just press OK. So it will go from this side. You see, it will be the easy to draw the sketch from this view. Now we will create the circle for the beginning. So select the circle. We will create the circle with the diameter of the 20 millimeter first. So type in 20, press enter. So we'll make here the geometry constraint and make here the vertical alignment. This point is vertical with this point, so it will be vertical alignment. Now we will define the dimension here. So the dimensions from the happy dimension center point from this edge is the 17.5. So let me show this dimension here. If you see here that this distance, the center point is 70.5. Now we can make the extrude our the feature. So select the extrude, and here the reverse the direction, and here the as the end value of the extrude, select the option here until the selected. So here the selected this one. So here it will be extruded until the selected. Hence here you need to select until the selected, because this is our this body is the cylindrical element, so you need to select this one. If your the body here is the the prismatic element, the top, so you need to select until the extend. So this is the difference. So here the balloon is unite. Just press OK. Now we will create the hole here. So with the diameter of the 15, so select here the sketch and select this face. It's okay. So orientation is okay for us to draw here. That draw the circle with the diameter of the 15. Press enter, press escape, and press escape. So we created the circle. So sketch here the extrude it, and here double click to change the direction, and here the end value select again until the selected. So in this case selected this inner face. So it is selected that reference to, and it will be extruded here, you see, until this surface. But in the balloon, in this case, you need to select the subtract and press OK. So we created the hole here. So we extruded until this surface. Now we can continue with the sketch to the model here. Let's create this part. Here we have the circle with a diameter of the 57.5, and we can directly create these circles also, and this circle what we have done here in this part. So firstly select the sketch and select this face and orientation. You see the z-axis is okay. For example, the if you orientation will be the, for example, like here, for example, z-axis is here, you see. If you press OK and press OK, it will be the reversed the orientation, and it will be difficult to draw the sketch here from this side. So let's finish this one and select the proper orientation, select the sketch, this one. So now you see the orientation. This is that will be the normal to our screen in this manner, and the y-axis is okay. So this will be in the proper position, and it will be easy to draw the circle on this side. So press OK. So in this case, you see the orientation is okay. So select the circle. So here the draw the circle with the 57.5. Press enter. So and directly I want to draw the circles. That is the small circle. Firstly I will create a reference circle here with the diameter of the 47.5. 47.5. Press enter. So let's convert this line, this circle, to the reference one, and now select here the circle, small circle. Let's create a small circle with a diameter of the 5. That for any position for the beginning, press enter. So now I want to locate this circle exactly on this line here using the geometry constraint. So select the vertical alignment, this point the vertical alignment with the origin, and here select the point on curve option of the geometry constraint, select this point, that alignment, this line here, close this one, and now let's make it pattern the curve, select the pattern curve. So select here the circular layout, then select the curve of pattern this circle, center point, this center point is the number is the 4, because here we have the 4 circles, small circles. They're located at the 4 corners. Just press OK here, and here make here this line as a project curve to create the direct hole here. So select here the project curve and select this circle here. OK, and finish the sketch. So we created our sketch. Now we will extrude it here with a distance of here the 5 mm on that direction. So okay, extrude it. The boundary region is okay in this case, so it will automatically detect the boundary. Here the distance is the 5 mm, and here the boolean, select the unite, let's press OK. So we created the model here, that this element. Now we'll create here the last feature. So firstly we'll create here the datum plane. So let's create the datum plane here. Is a so so we create the datum plane, that from that here you see that is the distance, and from here, and the distance that in this position. So let's create firstly just the datum plane at the distance from this position. You can hear the 23.75. So let me just check here the so okay, the firstly let's create the sketch. I think that we can directly start with the sketch here. Just select the sketch here, and firstly let me just create maybe we can create the datum plane for the beginning. The from this distance from the center point, you see it is the distance is the 20 28.75. So we'll create the datum plane. This datum plane, select here at the distance from this one, and here let's create datum plane at the distance 20. Let me check the 27 point 28.75, and we need let's make it subtract directly 3.75. So 3 point, just here the subtract 3.75, and just press enter. So this is the datum plane we created here, and just okay, press OK. Now we will create the sketch here under this datum plane. Sketch, select this datum plane, orientation in upward direction, press OK. So we will create here the circle with the diameter of the 20 millimeters. So select the circle here, the 20 millimeter, let's enter, and go to the geometry constraint and make here the alignment. So here make it here the vertical alignment with this one with this point, so it will be vertical align. Now let's define the dimension here. We can define the dimension. So with this circle, so you can define this dimension or this dimension, the dot method. So let's define this dimension 23.75 rapid dimension. So distance from here to here is the 23.75. Press enter. So now we can extrude the element here. So you see, double click on it and make here until select it and select this one and make it unite. That's a boolean, press OK. So we created here this element here. Now we will create the firstly the hole here with the diameter of the 15. Then we will create upper portion. Select here the sketch. This one is OK. So select the circle and draw here the circle with the diameter of the 15 millimeter. Press enter. Escape here, escape. Select extrude directly, and here let's make it double click on it and make here until the selected. Select here this face. So inner face, you see it will the extruded until this face, and make here the subtract. Press OK. So it will be get here this hole here. Now we will create the last feature here, this element. So let's select the sketch. So select here this face. Press OK here. First, let us create the circle here with the radius of the 12.5. Then it is the diameter will be the 25. Press enter. So let's create two more the circle here with the diameter of the 10 in these two sides. So here that make 10. Press enter and bring there to this one here to this one and make here the geometry constraint is the horizontal alignment, this one with this one, so and this point with this one, so they horizontal aligned, and make here make symmetric this one. This one is the symmetric along this one, and define the dimension between these two circles is the 36 millimeter, 35, sorry, this one and this one is the 35 millimeter. So we created these circles here, and let's using the line connect this one, and this one with this one, and let's correct this one that they should be the tangent. So connection point, sorry, not the center, but this one, yeah, this one. So they should be the tangent. Now using the quick trim, just delete some portions here that in order to obtain the final shape. Select the circle and draw the circle here with the diameter of the 5. Press enter and make the circle on this side also. Now we created the sketch here, but we need to make here the hole again directly when we extrude. So we need to make here the project curve. Select this one, okay, and make it extrude directly, and make here 5 millimeter and unite here the boolean. Press OK. So we created the model. Sorry, here I will change by the extrude. So extrude should be the 3 point here. This is the 3.75 which we use it. So just press OK. So yeah, the model is finished here, the first model for today. So let's for the beginning just hide this unnecessary the features like the play and the sketch. So in order to do this, go to the show and hide, and select here firstly the hide the sketch and hide the datum planes that we created as a reference datum plane, even if you can hide the coordinate system here, and just can see that this is the final model. And you can check the final model using the view. Go to the edit op, and you can see here check the views from this view. So with the model here, the sketch, you see the cross section is okay. You can check the model here. So now we have finished with this first model. You can select the view, edit object display, and select the model. Press OK, and select the color to define the color. Let's define this color. So press OK and just press OK. So this is the first model. Now we will continue with the second model here, we will do this one. So again, the same the function that we have learned. So select the file here, the new file. So the model, the unit is the millimeter. Press OK. Just so this is the to change my the background. So here this model. Firstly, we will start to create here this feature, that is this feature, and for this feature we have this guide curve with the line here with some inclination of the 60-degree, and the angle, and here the distance is 120 millimeter, and here we have the fillet with the radius of the 80 millimeter. So let's create first this guide curve, then we will make here the sweep function or the tube function. So let's go on with this. So select here the home, select the sketch, select here this plane. So this plane is okay. Orientation, you see that the Z and Y, and will be the normal to our screen, this orientation. Here select the profile. The profile is the better to use because it will directly create the continuous line, the chain. Select here the center point, starting point, select the vertical line and make some here the continuous, the inclined line. Now we will define the dimension. So this was the 50 millimeter according our the sketch, and the distance from this center point, this origin point at this point is to the 120 millimeter. Here this one, and this angle was the 60 millimeter. Sorry that we change the here the sorry, Control Z, make the Control Z to return. So let me check the angle, not this angle, but this angle. So the 60 millimeter. In this case, let's select here the angular dimension. The angle between this one and this one is the 60 millimeter. So now it's correct. And here we have the fillet with the select here the fillet between this one and this one is the 80 radius. So select here this one. So can finish it with this sketch. Now this is our the guide course. So finish the sketch. So let double click on it. So let me check the dimension here. Is the 120 is okay. So finish sketch. Now we will create our the feature that this body here. We have the outer diameter is the 65 and the inner diameter is the 55, and we can use any of them that you can swap, or let's create here with the tube because more the easier. We can directly select here the outer and inner diameter, select the tube, and select here the 65, and here we have the I think the 55, and this is the 55, and select here the curve, this one, and just press OK. So it will directly create the tube here. Let me select here this one, and so this one is the 65 and this one is the 55. Okay, press OK. So this is our the tube, this element here. So we can continue with the creating the other features. Here we have here the, you see the small portion is the cut that with the diameter of the 60. So firstly we can create here the sketch, select the sketch. So select this face, press OK, and draw the here the circle, and draw here the circle with the diameter of the 60 millimeter. So 60 millimeter, press OK. Here you see we created the circle, and let's create another circle with the any diameter, but it should be the bigger. So we want to make the cut here. Select the extrude, and it will the extrude. Here you see the reverse direction, and the distance here is the 12 millimeter. So it is the cut that, so make here the distance 12, and change here the boolean the subtract. Let's press OK. Now we obtained this portion. You see, just cut that 12 millimeter from this side. So we can continue. Now we will here, then we can draw this portion here, this feature with the dimensions given here, with the angle, the length, the tube diameter, and so on. So firstly, let's click here the sketch, and let's see here. This is the from the this view, and let's select this one, and let's change the z-axis. So like here the select this one, reverse the z-axis, and select this one. Now it's okay. Press okay. Just press okay. So you see it will look the it will the zoom that in our the screen. The normal will be from the this view, and it will be easy to draw the this portion here. Firstly, create the line here. So the line here, the any line with the angle like here. So now let's define the dimension here, the from the center to the here the 200. Firstly, they bring this starting point, that is the alignment with the center point. So in order to this the geometry constraint here, they make it vertical alignment. So this one with this one is the vertical alignment, and this distance here, sorry, make here the rapid dimension. Distance from here to here is the 200 millimeter. And let's define the angle. Here the angle is the 75 millimeter. So select here the angle. Angle between this line and this line is the 75 millimeter. So here this one, and here we have the dimension. So the dimension is the here you see the starting of this line is the 60 millimeter from the origin. So rapid dimension, the point between here to here is the 60 millimeter. So now we define it our the sketch here, so we can make here the finish the sketch. So we created here this line, the reference line, and you can here the create the datum plane. Select the datum plane here, create the datum plane, that point and direction option, point and direction, and select this point. So we created this datum plane here, the orientation. Press OK here. This one. Now we will create the circle under this new datum plane. Select the sketch, select this one, and the orientation is okay here. So press OK. Now we will create the circle with here the diameter of the 40 millimeter. Here that we can change here. We can directly draw here. So it is the diameter is 40. Press enter. So and we can extrude it. So see the double click on it, change the direction here, the end will make it again until the selected, and select this face, so it will be extruded here until this face along this line. So the normal to this line, so going to this one, and here the sorry the boolean was subtract, so I need to make here the unite. Now it's okay. So you see we created here these features here. We need to now create here the hole, because it's a tube element here. The inner diameter of this element is the here is the 30 millimeter in the inner diameter. So let's create this one. So here select the sketch. Now that this face is okay here, select the circle, and here the draw the circle with the diameter of the 30 millimeter. Press enter and extrude it. Here double click on this arrow, make here the until the selected, and selected this inner face in this case, and subtract in the boolean as usual what we have done here. So now we'll continue with the creating the other features here. So let's firstly create here the inner the this one, the base here, which is this one. So this one, that is the, if you look from this side, that is the from the, let me check here the position. this is the view, and if you look from this view, so it is located in this longitudinal direction, that this feature. So you can here select the sketch. So just I checked my orientation, so select here and here select okay, and we need to create the sketch here, the select the circle here, the circle here, the element is given here. So the diameter is the 50 millimeter. So diameter is the 50 mil, this 100 millimeter, sorry, the 100 millimeter. And firstly, I will draw here the two circles again. Here see the diameter is will be the 35. So let's check here the 35 millimeter and the 35 here, and make here the geometry constraint, and make here the vertical alignment, this one with this one, and this point with this point. And let's find the dimensions between here the 150 millimeter rapid dimension, distance from here to here 150 millimeter. And we need to make here the symmetric. So symmetric between this one, and this line. So sorry, the Control Z. I think I changed. Let's make it symmetric again. This point and this point symmetric with this one. Now it's okay. And here, see, we can here select the sketch. Now we will connect these points as a tangent. So let's say here the quick trim, just delete these portions here, and make here the circle again, two more small circle here, this small circle with the diameter of the 15 millimeter. So exactly, sorry, we can make here the finish. Let's hide this sketch to be the more accurate, and double click on it, and here draw the circle with the 15, the same circle on this side. Just again using the project curve, make here that this curve is a project curve, here the curve. Now finish the sketch. So we created the model here. So you can check here the sketch. If you look from this side, so now it's in this view, so it's okay. You can extrude it, and extrude, select this one as a boundary. It's okay. Here you see the region boundary, and the distance here the 10 millimeter. You see here the 10 millimeter. So here change the distance 10 millimeter, press enter, and make here the unite. So press OK. So we created here these features here with directly the hole with the lower hole. Now we'll go with the further to creating here this feature the same dimensions here, but on this side. So you can hide this plane, because we can draw the feature on this face. So let's select here the sketch, select this one face. So that's okay. So again draw the circle. So here circle the same 100 millimeter, press escape. Two circles for the beginning. So with the diameter was the 35, and put here the 35. So geometric constraint, make it vertical alignment, this point, this one, and this one, and this one, and select here the make symmetric. So this point and this center point symmetric along this axis, and the dimension between them was 150 millimeter. Press enter. So now we can select the line here to connect them between this one, and this one. So connect this one. Again, lines here. Just connect with the tangent. So be careful with the tangent. So they should be the tangent here. Using the quick trim, just again delete the portions here. Again, draw the circle, small circle with the diameter of the 15, and here again here this one. Now you can here the convert this is to the project curve. So let me check here okay, this one, and finish the sketch. So we created this portion. Now we can extrude it. So boundary is selected as usual. Then this is also 10 millimeter and unite. So just press OK. So here we created the model. This one also here, and can check here so we can hide now the sketch here. The select here the hide the sketch. We can hide the datum planes and so on. So we finish it this model now. So we can go to the view, edit object display, select the model, press OK, color. So this is the second model. Now we can continue with the third one. So let's start to create this model here. So select a new file here again, and the model name can define any name. Press OK. So I will change my background. So firstly, we will try to start with the that's the guide course. So in this case, firstly, I will draw as a guide course this one. Then this two guide course. So let's firstly create this guide course. So press here the sketch and select this plane. Press OK. And here, let me see here that this guide course. Firstly, the vertical line and horizontal line I will draw as usual. So from the center vertical line and any horizontal line here. And let's define the dimensions. Here is the dimension is here the 36 is a distance, and the vertical line is a distance here this 62.55 here. So here this distance here is the 36, and this distance is the 62.55, and here we have the fillet with the radius of the 20. So select here the fillet between these two lines. So this is the radius is the 20 millimeter. That's okay. So now the finishes sketch. So we created this guide curve here. Now we will create the second guide curve, which is this one. So select here the sketch and select now this plane and press OK, and select here the line here, draw the vertical line here, and we have here some inclination. So draw some end from here, and let's define the dimension here. See that this is the 34 millimeter, the vertical line. So distance from here to here is the 34 millimeter, and the distance from here to here is again is what is the same. The height is the 62.55, the same height with this line here, and the angle between this lines is here. You need to define the angle. So Let me check here the angle here. So the angle you see this is the 35 millimeter. So here select here the angular dimension. Angle between this one and this one is the 35. So we define it over the here the angle, and the here we have the fillet again with the diameter, I mean the radius of the 20 millimeter, the fillet, press enter. So finish the sketch. Now we created two guide curves, but we need to create from these two guide curves that single the combined the curve that will be the serve to create this solid element. So in order to do this, we have here the curve function that select the curve, and here we have the combined the projection. Select the combined projection and select this curve as a first curve, and select the second curve, that this one. So and make it preview to see the it will be created the this shape with the combined of these two curves. So press OK here, and we can just hide this one and this one, just keeping this element, though this shape, so we can create it. You see that we created this shape as a guide curve for this one. Now we can create our the tube using the tube. So using tube, so select here the tube function, and let's see the diameter here. The inner diameter is the 11 millimeter, and the outer diameter is the 15 millimeter. So here you will define here the 15 is the outer diameter of the tube, and 11 here is the here the in the inner diameter. So this is the inner and outer diameter. Select your the curve here. So see, it all should be selected, and just press OK. So we created here the tube, then this shape. You see what is the here. So with the some the shapes. Now we can create the second one, just making the mirror it. So we will make the mirror here. So using the here the select the mirror feature, select here the feature here, select the plane and this plane. So it will be mirrored on this side. Press OK. So we created here the main body. Now we will start to continue with the others, the features here. So firstly, let's define here the radius here with the 7 millimeter. We use here the edge blend. So here we need, I think we need to make firstly the unite between this one and this one. So let's make it unite this feature with this feature. So press OK. So they will become united. Now we can add here the edge blend between them. Then select this one. So make it here the 7, the radius, press enter. It's OK. So now we can continue with the other features. So let's start from the lower one. So here the firstly here let's create here this feature. So let's create the datum plane. So select the datum plane option at the distance, select this face. This here then distance is here the 4 millimeter, but you need to reverse the direction in upward direction. So OK, and now press OK here. Now sketch here the circle on this new datum plane here. The sketch the circle with the diameter of the diameter of the 25 circle. So 25, press enter. So here created our the model here, and extrude it, and make it reverse direction. And here the extrude it is the distance of here the 5 millimeter. So 5 millimeter. Why the 5? I will here the show. Here we have the 10 millimeter, and here we have the 9 millimeter, the 4 millimeter, and it will be the 5 millimeter of this one. So make it unite, press OK. So we created this portion, and here we have the some portion with the diameter of the 20 millimeter. So we need to create this one here. Again, select the sketch. Can select this face, press OK. So select here the circle with the and draw the circle with the diameter of the 20 millimeter and press OK here, and let's make it extruded, and reverse direction, and here the make it until the here in this case until the extended. So select this face and press OK. So we created here this one, and here we need to make the hole. So which is the inner diameter is the 11 millimeter was. We need to open the hole here with the circle firstly. Here make here the 11 millimeter diameter, and extrude it. Just here make here the extrude the any position. Just make subtract. Press OK. We open the hole again here, and we have here the chamfer here with the 3 millimeter. Here select the chamfer. Here the change is the 3 millimeter. The angle will be 45. Okay. Here the chamfer. Okay. So we created here the lower part here. Now we will continue with this upper part. Here we have the which is this feature. So in this case, select the sketch. Here the select this plane, and let's change the y-axis in the upward to be the more the proper alignment here. That's okay now. That's okay. The orientation just okay. Now we here the start to create our the features here the first. So we will start with the creating the circles. So let me just analyze the here the our the sketch. So we have this feature. So can start to create here the circles and so on. So select the circle, draw the circle here. Let's make it 23 millimeters. So the same circle here. So let's firstly connect them, the two circles with the line here and the line here. That should be the tangent. So let's control that, make it here this one, this one. So let's make here the project curve first. We can make here this one and this one, and quick trim this portion, then this portion, and here we have the circle. So firstly draw the circle with the diameter of the 10 here, and using the geometric constraint make it this one and this one the horizontal, and make it here the point on curve. Sorry, geometric constraint this one, this one, and the point on curve this one with the point on curve to this one, and make it mirror this one, the mirror it about this axis. So on the right side you can make the quick trim this portion. So just make the here this one. So here the select the circle and draw the circle again here with the diameter of the 5. So here the 5. So we can finish the sketch. So we created now this element, extrude it, So select this one, and let's define the dimension. Here is the 6 millimeter. So 6 millimeter here is this one is a 6 millimeter, and select here the unite. Press OK. So we created here this portion. Here we have the chamfer with the 1 millimeter on this one and this one. So it is the 1 millimeter. So we have finished the model. Here we can go to the hide and show. Then let's hide the sketch and datum planes. Then you can coordinate system. So this is the model. You can go to the view as usual and edit object display. Select this one. Press OK. Color. Find the color here. This one. So here we finish it with the sort model. Here you can see the start with this one, this one, and this one. So we created these models. You can do it by yourself, the step by step, following you can hide this one, following all the steps. So thank you very much. See you on the next lessons.